Are you excited for new comics every week? Does New Comic Book Day give you the goosebumps? Well, you're in the right spot. Hit that thumbs up and stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. It is New Comic Book Day. It is time to get excited. It is Wednesday, the best day of the week. We got a nice, pleasant little stack of books here to go over. We got some spec talk to go over a little bit. We got some sweet covers, and we got some great reads to talk about today. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. New Comic Book Day is my favorite day of the week. You got to get pumped. You got to get amped. Grab a frosty cold beverage of your favorite choice. Let's kick back and let's talk some comic books. So let's see who's all hanging out in the chat already tonight. How is everybody today? Come on, mama's here. Woo! Happy New Comic Book Day. Absolutely. I'm so stoked. I can't wait to talk to you guys about the reads this week. And the first thing I sat down to read. Kildex, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Hey, Mom, how are you? Good to see you. Mother's Day is coming up, everybody. Don't forget, Mother's Day is just around the corner, and spring is here. Walter Cruz, good to see you. Thanks for being here. How are you? Ricky Markstadt, hey, thanks for being here. Good to see you, brother. Walter Cruz, first time here. Hey, join the journey, man. Join this comic collecting adventure. Hit that subscribe button down below. Consider hitting that thumbs up. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your time. If New Comic Book Day excites you, you're in the right spot, man. Hope you enjoy the time. Ben Compton, good to see you. What's up, everyone? Dale Suspense, good to see you. What's up, Andy? Oh, it's New Comic Book Day. It's time to get excited. It's time to talk comic books. Thanks, everybody, for being here. For the first time in several months, not quite the first time this year, but the first time in several months, I bought DC books. And for a very special reason, that Batman Fortnite 0 point situation that's going on, leading off with this book. Straight out of the gates today, a $20 to $30 book already. The big deal about this, apparently, is a special code in this book. It's a 6-issue miniseries going on, and each issue will have a special code in it, and you can use that code from each 6 issues. You combine the codes, and apparently you get some special Batman-related in-game armor for Fortnite. Pick these up for a specific reason. A very good friend of mine hit me up and said, Andy, I'm a Batman fan. I'm a Fortnite fan. I'm really interested in these books. Where could I buy these? And I'm like, you know what? You don't have to go anywhere. Let me pick them up for you. Pretty easy. Add them to the polls. Little did I know, I love video games, but I don't play Fortnite. Didn't know what was going to happen with this one. And straight out of the gate, $20 to $30 book already today. There is currently on eBay, there is a auction going that has gone over $100. I think it's currently at $117, and it has less than an hour to finish. This book over $100, something's up. I mean, that's got to be an outlier. That's got to be a crazy outlier. But my understanding is a 6-issue miniseries. If you collect each of the 6 issues and use these codes in each issue, you'll be able to get that in-game special Batman-related armor, I think it is. Somebody in the chat, correct me if I'm wrong here. But Perry Comics, happy New Comic Book Day, man. Good to see you. Yeah, the code inside, my son been bugging me about it for weeks. Oh, boy. So I don't know what the print run on this is, but I will say this. Contacted my LCS the night before. I finally realized I didn't think this was coming out till later on this summer or later on this fall. Contacted them and said, hey, I'd like a set of the covers for a friend. If there are any available, throw them in. They're like, yeah, we got you, man. Thankfully, DC books come out Tuesday, and most everybody else still considers New Comic Book Day Wednesday. So I contacted my LCS on Tuesday. They're like, oh, yeah, they're still on the shelf. You're good to go. Hey, yeah, grab me a copy of each. And then I woke up this morning and started paying attention online, and you're talking $20 to a $30 book right out of the gate on the secondary market. That one auction's over $100, like $117 on eBay. That's an outlier. Something's got to be up with that one specifically. I don't know, but it sounds like a lot of parents of a lot of kids and family members are going to be looking for this book and chasing this book for the code. I don't know what the print run is going to be, but I didn't see many sitting on the shelf of my LCS in their video on Tuesday night. I would imagine that pretty much everybody that pulls Batman has pulled this book, and what was left behind was left on the shelf. And actually, for a Batman title, there was not much left laying on the shelf. So I'm glad to get a set for a good friend of mine. That individual is extremely happy and said, "You know what? I think this could be a big book. What do you think?" And I'm like, "Yeah, pretty sound idea." When they brought that to me, I'm like, "You give sound thought process on that." So instead of them just finding the book, I'm like, "Oh, let me just pick it up for you. Just add it to the pull list." There's the cover B, outstanding cover, and we also grabbed the cover C. So we got a full set of the Batman Fortnite books for New Comic Book Day, and I am super stoked to bring these with me tomorrow to bring them to my friend for cover price. My friend gets these for cover price because we were paying attention to what was going on, not the secondary market, but just, hey, these books are wanted. Let's throw these on the list. This is actually pretty cool. Super cool. If you guys missed out on this, it's a shame. Look it up in your LCS, see if they've got copies available for you. Even if you're not a Fortnite fan, this seems to be a really strong spec play for DC books. Usually kind of a slow hum and a build up. I mean, they don't do a lot of new first appearance with the DC, right? So the spec game in DC kind of always seems to be muted, if you will. It's there, it's live, but doesn't always get a lot of attention, right? This is getting a lot of attention out of the gate today. What's surprising what this book is doing on the secondary market right off the bat. Cover A, cover B, cover C. I mean, I'm seeing sets on sale online for like $50 to $60 for all three of them. It's pretty good. So I'm super happy to have these available to give to my friend at cover price. Very cool. Because I'm astounded at what that's doing right out of the gate. Moving right along. So that's the first time I picked up DC books. Not even for myself, but that's for a friend. Hey, let's see who else popped in here. Zuni, a little fist bump action. Good to see you, Zuni. Happy New Comic Book Day. Day Walker, good to see you too, man. What's good? What's good? K Titus Konichiwa, all the way from Japan. Hope you are doing well over there in the land of the rising sun. Aggressively relaxing. Thanks for being here. Walked in and said one per customer. Had no idea what was going on. Surprisingly, I don't think my LCS limited copies. Very interesting. They didn't seem to have a lot on the shelf on Tuesday. Tuesday nights. Actually, it's probably because DC came out Tuesday and the books were available Tuesday, and a bunch of people bought the books. So when they released their video Tuesday night, what they had left looked to be about 15 to 20 copies of each. I don't know. A lot of people must have ran in there and grabbed it Tuesday. It just dawned on me, my thought process there. Don't forget to Hulk Smash or Wolverine Slash that like button. Dude, love it, man. Hulk Smash or Wolverine Slash. That's got a slang to it, man. That's pretty sweet. Yes, hello all. Come on, mama. Good to see you here. The DC skins go for $20 to $30 in-game, so no brainer the books would be around the same price. Okay. My understanding is you have to have all 6 of the issues for the miniseries. Perry, correct me if I'm wrong here. My understanding is you have to have all 6 of them, and all 6 of those codes get turned in for one skin, one Batman-related skin. Or maybe it's one per comic. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong here, Perry. I'm kind of going on hearsay a little bit because I don't play Fortnite. Daymare's good to see you. Thanks for being here. But that's it for DC. Just those 3 books. Pick those up for a friend. So I'm super excited to turn those over to that friend tomorrow. Going right into Marvel, Alien #2 is out. And I am super stoked that we get into some alien murder action. Well, not alien murder. We get into some alien-related action. We get some great alien artwork at the tail end of this issue. And that suspense is really starting to hit. This really feels, it's really got a good vibe to it, like that second Alien movie. And it's just kind of delivering that suspense for me. I'm a fan of the Alien franchise. I hope they do good things with this book. I'm really excited for it. That was an excellent read. And I am super happy to say tonight, I have read all of my books today. I was able to sit down and read all my books. I didn't overdo it. I didn't overburden myself. I didn't buy too much. Didn't leave anything left hanging around. I was able to read everything, which means I am well on my way to getting completely caught up. Sticking with Marvel here, we've got Dr. Aphra #9. I want this book to be better. I enjoy Dr. Aphra. I'm enjoying Star Wars. I'm picking up every ongoing Star Wars series that's going on right now so that I don't miss any tie-in action and I don't miss anything that's going on with the War of the Bounty Hunters situation that's coming up here in a few weeks or a month or so. I don't want to miss any of the tie-ins. I don't want to miss what's going on. So Dr. Afro's an issue that a book that I picked up from the get-go, and I decided to wait on the Darth Vader series that was out because I was just kind of trying not to overwhelm myself. So I went Dr. Afro. With the Dr. Afro, the first 5, 6, 7 issues of this wasn't all that great. It was readable, but it misses this depth or this layer of character building in here that I really wish I could get more of. And I'm still kind of feeling that. This was an okay read. I had missed the last couple of, I think it was like 6 or 7 I didn't get. I picked up 8 and I picked up 9 so far. I'm going to continue with it. I hope this progressively continues to get better because it can only go up from here. It's Star Wars. It's Dr. Aphra. It's a super hot character in one of my favorite universes to read, if you will, story wise. It's Star Wars. Hey, C. Woodard, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. It's Wednesday night, man. Oh boy, God, Tank, thanks for being here, man. Good to see you. I appreciate you, man. That issue is a Harley skin. All 6 is a metal or armored. Ooh. Very cool. So the first issue, okay, so for each issue, you get a skin, and then if you get all 6, it's a metal or an armored. Okay, very cool. I see how they're going with that. Aggressive, you played Fortnite at one time and got first place, then I retired undefeated. Nice. Perry also says it's a Harley Quinn skin. Very cool. Yes. Seawater 19. Good to see you, man. Hey-o. You didn't miss a whole lot. We will do a recap here. Hang tight. We'll get in on this. We're only partially in there. Johnny 5 Live. Hey now, everyone. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. Yes, your daughter's happy. Saw a bunch of 30-year-olds bringing their mothers to the LCS days. I don't doubt that, man. I don't doubt that one bit. It's a hot book, and I don't know what the print run looks like, but you can tell that a lot of people have family members or children that are playing Fortnite and want the book because they're going straight online to the secondary market and they're paying secondary prices and higher just to get the book. I get it. Time, money, 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 time, money, 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 time. Sometimes instead of trying to find an LCS and find a cover for $4.99, some people would just rather pay $10, $15, $20, $30 and say, well, it's done, it's shipped. Now I don't have to spend an hour or 2 hours or 3 hours locating an LCS or trying to hunt down a copy. So it's that old adage of time versus money situation. But continuing on here, moving away from Marvel, those were the 2 Marvel books I grabbed this week. I'm moving on to my guilty pleasure next. This is my guilty pleasure read every time it comes out. Image and Skybound's The Walking Dead Deluxe will continue to be my guilty pleasure read every time it hits. The concept or the ability to reread and relive issue to issue the Walking Dead saga, the Walking Dead series in full color, issue to issue like that, I am just fascinated with. I love it. This is a great issue. The last issues were spoilers. If you haven't read The Walking Dead yet after all these years, there are spoilers here. The last issues where they discovered the prison. This is issues where they start clearing it out and they make a great discovery at the very end where they open up the double doors to that cafeteria area and there's 3 or 4 prisoners stuck there just want some meatloaf. This is this is probably one of my favorite chunks of the Walking Dead series where they're in that prison clearing it out and then they're living in it for a while. You get to see Lori dealing with coping with some pregnancy challenges and they just kind of really start molding and melding and they're all tired of being in the RV. This is where the story really hits its stride for me. And I really started to enjoy it. So I am absolutely on cloud 9 rereading this in full color. I cannot wait for the next 4, 5, 6 issues of this. I might even cut to the chase and get the trades back out or get the original issues back out and reread those just because I just want to be in that moment in that story. Oh, all right. Sticking with issue. Wow. What is it? Monday? Good gravy, Andy. It is sticking with Image because it is Wednesday. Radiant Black issue 3. For me, the jury was out when the first issue hit. I'm like, oh, I don't know. It's kind of got this Mighty Morphin Power Rangers vibe to it. And I don't really read Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I don't have that connective tissue. I don't have that connectivity with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. That was pretty much a number of years after me. Everybody that's just a hair younger than me has got this resounding or this big connection with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and growing up with watching that show, where I was just a hair before him, and I never got into that show, so I didn't really connect. But you guys in the chat on IG sent me messages like, "Hey Andy, you're doing yourself a disfavor. You should grab that first issue. You're gonna like this." And then the second print of that first issue came out, and that super, super killer cover of the second printing of issue 1. I'm like, okay, I got to get into this. So I grabbed issue 2. Issue 3 Issue 3's doing it for me. I really like this kind of this look in the day of the life of this superhero who happens to be a writer, or this writer who happens to be a superhero. I'm digging it. I'm liking this. I'm glad this is on my pull list, and I'm really looking forward to see where this goes. Man, I really don't know. I'm trying to do New Comic Book Day without spoiling things for you guys. It's later in the day. Hopefully you guys have been able to pick up your reads and been able to get into some of them. But I'm digging this. This is staying on the pull list. I'm going to keep it to cover A unless I see some reprintings with some epically killer covers. This is a fun read. This kind of came out of left field for me. I listened to you guys. I decided to double back and go back to the LCS and make sure I was grabbing this. This is on my pull list. And I'm quite pleasantly surprised by Radiant Black. I really am. That was a fun read today. That was actually the second book I read today. So moving along, those are just the 2 books for Image. Moving along, adding this to the reading pile, IDW's TMNT, this full run. Carson, man, I hope you're still in the chat. I cannot wait for you and I to get back together to pick up where we left off on this Turtles run, because we are probably just over halfway to getting caught up. And we're reading those trades. Carson has the completed deluxe editions that he's reading from. So we kind of diverted a little bit. Well, do we go back and do we read all the extra add-in or tie-in stuff, or do we just stick to the trades? Either way, Carson, I cannot wait for us to get caught up on this, because this just looks killer. I don't want to spoil this for myself, so I've just been adding these to the reading pile. And as Carson said, don't spoil it for yourself. Just go back to that run, and even if him and I don't get together and don't recap it on his channel, he told me I should finish reading it and don't spoil these issues for myself. So, like I said, adding that to the reading pile. Now, moving along into more indie titles is a book that I am extremely excited for, have been extremely excited for, because I thought it was coming out last week. It didn't hit last week. And when I called my LCS, they said, well, we're not able to order it. We're not able to get it. It's sold out. Well, the book apparently got pushed till this week. And that is Behemoth's You Promised Me Darkness. My spidey sense is tingling with this book. This is the first book I sat down and read today. I was extremely excited to read this. Now, You Promised Me Darkness. They delivered darkness. This is a kind of... I'm going to try to sum this up in my head and do it eloquently here. This is a quirky, dark read, presented in all black and white. The art is really good. I really enjoyed the art. The writing is kind of not a style I'm used to. I got to get into it, but it's a fun opening volley for this series. Imagine taking a blender, throwing in Something's Killing the Children, throwing in Gideon Falls, throwing in even kind of like something like Radiant Black, throwing in a couple of different things. This is good. I really enjoy this. I think you guys should... Oh, Daymares, you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me, Smalls. I think you guys should at least check it out online. Check out the first issue. It might not be everybody's cup of tea, but this seems to be really hard to get a hold of. Like, my LCS only got a couple of copies of cover E. I ordered 10 copies of cover A, pre-ordered 10 copies of cover A directly from Behemoth. I got my receipt in the email, but I have not seen any response from Behemoth about shipping, about anything. I don't know. This was over a week ago. And then immediately cover A sold out, cover B sold out, cover C sold out. And now if you go back, all the covers have sold out. And the book is going for a second printing. The book is already available for a second printing. FOC on the second printing of You Promised Me Darkness is the 3rd of next month. And it comes out towards the end of the book itself, comes out towards the end of next month. You Promised Me Darkness is quirky. It is dark. They definitely deliver darkness. And it seems really interesting. It's the Halley's Comet, every time it passes Earth, imbues special auras onto people. Like they're born with special auras and it gives them special powers, sometimes mutations, sometimes like teleportation abilities, sometimes mind reading or mind control. And it's not everybody on the world, it's just a portion of people. And it makes it extremely interesting. They talk about being able to take care of like an entire city's trash in one fell swoop. One person's able to do that. One other, and they talk about how one individual is able to completely win a war for a country, something like that. Very kind of almost like spider webbing a number of different things together to create its own original kind of an ideas. Every time Haley's Comet goes by, these people are imbued with these special auras or special powers. And then the kick to it, the twist of it is there's one individual that has a power where he's able to take the other people with these special auras, these special powers. I'm going to set this off to the side. He's able to take these other individuals and he's able to, I'm assuming, kill them or destroy them to take in their aura, their power. And then when he does that, he gains their abilities and he becomes stronger as well. I'm assuming it's he, just based on the name. Could be a she as well. They take up all those abilities. So this person's continuously getting stronger and stronger and sucking up these auras and these powers and gaining these extra abilities. And I'm like, it's like the Voltron of super abilities just continue to, oh man, just this. I'm really excited to see where this book goes. It's hitting my pull list. I'm not going to go all covers, all copies, because literally out of the gate, issue 1 had 8 different covers. They had an incentive cover that sold out right away. It's like 8 different covers. Now the second printing's coming out. I'm going to probably stick to cover A and maybe an occasional incentive, but I'm really excited for the story. What's odd is they're delivering it in black and white. They're sticking to that theme of darkness. They're delivering, it's dark. The art is dark. The art is gritty. It's very cool. And I'm interested to see how this story is written and how it's developed. But the idea of every time Haley's Comet passes Earth, these people gaining these special powers and abilities, it mentions them being born like that. And then it mentions society gearing themselves to have children during the pass of Haley's Comet and celebrating it with trinkets and t-shirts and all this other cool stuff. And they really get into this groove of celebrating every time Haley's Comet goes by. And also these individuals are very not ageless. Some of them live forever. Like they talk about the first time they remember Haley's Comet passing and how old they are. Very, very cool. Very interesting. I can't stop thinking about this. I wish the issue 2 was out. I wish I could read it right now. Hey, JP's Budget Collecting. Good to see you, man. Thanks for being here. I didn't miss you. I just am on this tangent, this rant of You Promised Me Darkness. It was a fun, quirky, dark read today. JP, I hope you get a chance to read it. I think You Promised Me Darkness definitely needs to hit your indie show at some point down the line when they get the first run or the first arc out. JP, I think you'd like it. It's very dark. It's very quirky. It's, oh man. Okay. I got one more book to show and then I'll do a recap. Virtuous Comics. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate your time. What is up, man? Good to see you. We're talking new comic book day books. I got one more book to show and then I'll do a recap here. And I know you love ice cream, don't we all? I'd make sure you order a second print if You Promise Me Darkness 1, as it's a limited print run. Interesting. Good to know. Good to know. Like FOC is 5/3, so you got 2 weeks to get in and get that ordered. I'm definitely ordering at least one copy through my LCS if they can get it. If they can't, I'll definitely go to Behemoth and order one. You can go directly to Behemoth's website. And order that book. I was able to do that with issue 1, cover A of issue 1, and I've got a receipt. I don't have a shipping confirmation yet. I haven't heard anything else, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. But is it dark? It is dark. JP, it is really dark. Delivered in all black and white. And the art is very, very dark, very gritty, very nitty gritty and dark. It's very cool stuff. Outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. Inside a dog, it's too dark. You got me there. You Promised Me Darkness. Apparently, I find it inside of a dog. God Tank, yes. I remember seeing Haley's Comet back in 1986 on the North Shore of Hawaii. Yeah, they actually do mention Haley's Comet's passing in 1986. The Mad Respect, good to see you, man. Hey, I just opened up my April pre-orders on a new comic book day. Very cool. Good to see you. Thanks for being here, man. Hope you're having a great day. It's Wednesday, man. The day's almost over. Let's enjoy it. Fuchsia, hello. Hello, everyone. Good to see you as well. Very good, Daymares. Very good. Yes. Little golf clap for Daymare's dad joke there. The last book that I am super stoked to show this week is a book that came out last week, but all copies were damaged, and the LCS was able to get replacement copies, and that is the Drew Zucker Retailer Incentive for Kanto, the City of Giants, issue 1. I am absolutely digging this cover, and this was the cover I was extremely excited for last week. Fantastic with that giant laying back there with the sword stabbed right through him. It's just bones and armor leading up to the gates of the City of Giants. Very, very cool cover. Like I said, this was an amazing opening volley to the next stage of Kanto's journey, the next portion of his journey. Very cool stuff. Kanto is on fire. This series, this comic book is just something that it's a freight train that just continues to build up speed and is not slowing down. That's my new comic book day. I know I don't pick up every book's English is, I'm terrible with English right now. I don't pick up everything that's out there every Wednesday. I'm trying to keep it manageable, trying to keep it to the point where I can read everything. And more importantly, I'm practicing my number one favorite rule that a lot of people preach is buy what you love and you'll love what you buy every time, no matter what. And then what happens is when one of those books is something I think I'm going to like, turns out to be a good spec play, that is awesome. A friend approaches me and says, hey, I have an idea about a book that I think might be a good spec play. Let's check it out. Absolutely fantastic that I was able to grab those books for her. Super cool. Let's hit this recap right from the get-go, right from the absolute straight-up rewind. Kanto, the City of Giants, the Retailer Incentive cover, issue 1. This is the Drew Zucker variant. Very cool. All the issues got damaged last week when they got to my LCS. I think they had 3 or 4 of them. So I was able to get a replacement this week. Super cool. Absolutely happy to have that. That was the cover I was really looking forward to most last week. You got TMNT number 116, cover A. Adding that to the reading pile, like I talked about. Carson and I, we're gonna get caught up on that read at some point here soon. You Promised Me Darkness. This is cover E. A super fantastic, edgy, quirky, nitty-gritty dark read. When they say You Promised Me Darkness, they deliver darkness in this issue. I cannot wait for issue 2. It's definitely hitting my pull list. I hope the copies of cover A that I ordered actually make it here, and I was absolutely elated that I was able to get a copy of this e-cover for my LCS. They only had a couple of covers, or not a couple of covers. They only had a couple of copies of cover E. This is all that was left on the Behemoth website, and they may have gone directly to the Behemoth website and gotten a couple left. So I'm glad that I was able to grab that because I was able to. This is the first book I sat down and read, and I'm super, super excited to read this. Like we talked about, 5/3 of next month is the FOC for the second print of issue 1, and it comes out towards the end of next month, that second print. And it's a color swap of cover A. So cover A was mostly black with the hooded individual with the glowing eyes in red. That's going to be a color swap to yellow is what they're advertising on their website. I don't know if that's final art. Either way, still looks pretty dang cool. Vincent McLean, the comic machine, man. Good to see you. We're just doing a quick recap. Enjoying our Wednesday. Hope you are too, man. Did you get out to your LCS? Did you get to pick up your reads? So, continuing the rewind from Image, Radiant Black issue 3 was. I'm glad I got on this. I'm glad I listened to you guys, and I'm glad I'm not sleeping on this. This was a pleasantly fun read, kind of a look at a day of a writer who happens to be a superhero, or a superhero who happens to be a writer. I really like this. I'm glad I'm sticking with this. This has been that was a pleasant read today. This is the second or third book I ended up grabbing and reading. Very happy with that choice. Keep sticking with that. Thank you everybody everybody who told me to not give up or to not forget about that. It's like I said, I was going to skip it at first. I was totally going to skip it from the vibes that I was getting from the story, and everybody at the LCS, and all of you guys said don't skip it, and I'm glad I didn't. Alien issue 2. Now we're getting gritty. Now we're getting into some combats. Now we're getting into some alien battles, if you will. I cannot wait for issue 3. I feel like there could be another layer. There could be another depth here with some character building, maybe a little bit more. I guess they just kind of assume that all of the Alien fans are reading this and that they know who everybody is, or they grasp a lot of it. There's some descriptive pages in there. There's some backstory. but I feel like there could be some extra layers of character building in here. I know it's just issue 2, and we're going to get there, but I cannot wait for issue 3. Pressable Defects, man, thanks for being here. This beard is getting to the point where it's almost off screen. It's getting there, man. Thanks. Walking Dead Deluxe issue 13. Like I said, the guilty pleasure of mine is being able to reread this series issue to issue in full color. And this is one of my favorite arcs, one of my favorite portions of the story where they find that prison, they start clearing it out, and when they start living in it. So I could not wait for 14, 15, and 16. I really can't. Sedpool, thanks for being here, man. If I missed you popping in here, dude, yeah, you really want to read Radiant Black? I think you'd like it. I think you'd like it. At least spend a couple of bucks and read it digitally online first. Just to, if you haven't been able to find it locally, read it online first before you go and buy it on the secondary market, if that's all that's available. You might like it, man. Hey, Arcade Pop, good to see you here. Yeah, stop by, hit that like button. Mad love, stay safe. Absolutely. Thanks, man. Good to see you. Vincent had 0 books to pick up and it took 3 things off my... Ooh, interesting. Okay, I'm going to message you about that later. See what's going on with that. Thunderhouse Designs, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Been a little hot minute, man. We're on Wednesday evenings now, so hopefully I get to spend a little bit more time hanging out with you guys all on YouTube and checking out your shows and checking out your content. Still adjusting to a new schedule. It's going to be very different, but it's going to be a good time, right? You pulled The Walking Dead. I pulled The Walking Dead. I did. Yes. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. So the last couple of books to go over on this recap, Dr. Aphra number 9. I feel like there could be some more character development going on here, and there could be some more layers. Sticking with it, I'm pulling every ongoing Star Wars series that's out right now, getting ready for that Bounty Hunter Wars, or the name escapes me, but I'm not going to miss out on that Bounty Hunter series that's starting up in next month or the month after, and I'm not going to miss out on any of the tie-ins. That's a tie-in event that I will not miss out on. The Marvel stuff burns me out fast. The DC stuff burns me out fast. Star Wars does not burn me out, and I will not miss out on a Star Wars tie-in event. Trust me. The Batman Fortnite 0.1. All 3 covers, as you can see. I cannot wait to bring these to my good friend tomorrow. Be like, yep, here you go. We got them. This individual hit me up at work and was like, hey, this seems like it would be a really good spec play. And I'm like, let's talk about it. And the idea and theory was sound. I'm like, I know nothing about 4 I had no idea that they're sticking codes in these issues that will give you in-game content or in-game items. And then if you collect all issues, all 6 of the miniseries issues, then you get an even bigger item, I guess, is what I'm understanding from Perry. So super cool. I could not wait. This book just kind of blew up out of the gate on the secondary market. I think cover A is like a $20, $30 book. And I think I'm seeing some of the cover B and cover C's going for 15 to 20 bucks. And I don't know where it's at. It might be close to ending, but there was a copy of cover A that was over $100 on eBay that I was watching today. Something's got to be up with that. There's got to be somebody out there with more money than what they're really paying attention to. It's got 11 minutes left. 11 minutes is $117.50 or $117.50 for one issue of cover A. It looks like something's up there. I get it. I get on the secondary market that parents and family members are going right to the internet and just paying an upcharge so they don't have to go out. They don't have to go find it. They don't have to hunt down an LCS. They don't have to wait in line. They don't have to worry about not getting an issue. They're just paying up for that issue online and getting it in hand so that they can have those codes for their family members. I get that. That makes sense. So as a spec play, I don't know what the print run's going to be, but I didn't see a lot available at my LCS. Book comes out Tuesday. I paid attention to their video Tuesday night, and I think about half their stock, more than half their stock was gone. And I'm sure every Batman reader at my LCS had that book on their pull list. So I'm sure all those people's polls got filled as well. So cover C, cover B here is probably my favorite. That's probably my favorite cover out of the group. I'll be sad to, I'm actually kind of sad I didn't get a set for myself, but like I said, I'm trying to keep things manageable, trying not to buy more stuff than I can read, more stuff that I can organize and keep in good shape. And then cover A. Very cool. Very cool. Fortnite, it must be a big deal. Must be a big deal. Maybe I'm getting at that get off my lawn stage because I have no idea about Fortnite. But that's new comic book day for me. That's the recap. Man, There's some good spec plays going on this week. There's some fantastic reads going on this week. And there's some down home great enjoyment when it comes to reliving like that Walking Dead Deluxe series. Don't forget, Skybound Insiders Comic Vault Live this Friday on their Facebook page. If you like Skybound and Image Comics and you like collecting that stuff, don't forget to look them up on Facebook and look for their event that's going to be happening Friday night. I think like 7:30 Eastern. They have a very limited run of books that are going to be sold on there. That's going to be a good time. Holy crap. I hope I can make it to that. And stay tuned Friday night. Skeph's Comic Knowledge is doing his first ever claim sale and auction on his channel. I'm going to help put that together. I'm going to be there as well. It's going to be really exciting. I got a lot of books that are definitely looking for a new home. Never read books or once read books that are put away that I cannot wait to see other people being excited about or find enjoyment in. But yeah, how's everybody doing for Wednesday? Hopefully you're all enjoying your reads and we're able to pick them up. Wonder if the Fortnite peeps will actually read the comic or just grab the code and toss it. That's a great point. I don't know. I wonder how CGC is going to handle the book then. If you buy the book and you use the code and then the code isn't available anymore, and then that book goes off for grading and it gets graded, are they going to know? Is that going to get annotated on there? Used code or unused code or something like that? Thunderhouse 9, your LCS sold out before you got there at 5, but he held me that black and gray cover. Very cool. Very cool. At least you got a cover or a book to read. Yes. Attack Peter Ultra Mega coming. Hoping for a 9-9. Very cool. Fingers crossed for you. Hopefully that does come back 9-9. Thanks again for everybody for hanging out on Wednesday. This is the longest new comic book day episode I've run. I don't usually ramble on this long, but I had so much fun talking with you guys. This connective tissue that is comics is fantastic. But the most fantastic thing about this every week is you guys and being able to talk here and just recharging my batteries and re-energizing myself with you guys about some fantastic reads and some awesome comic books. Once again, I want to thank you, everybody, for being here. Happy new comic book day. Stay tuned Friday night, Skeph's Comic Knowledge. Claim sale and live auction. That's going to be a good time. Don't forget, we're making that push to 1,000. There's going to be a cool announcement coming up here soon. Hopefully, if I can get all my ducks in a row and get everything figured out. I'm thinking of some really cool Slabaganza event going on. That'll be an awesome time. Thank you again, everybody, for hanging out, talking new comic book day. Hit me up on IG. Post your stuff up on IG. I can't wait to see what you guys got, and I can't wait to see your content as you post it today and tomorrow. Y'all know how I'm going to do it, though. I'm going to go peace out. I'm going to go pinkies out. I'm going to catch you all on the flip side for the next video. And remember the most important part. All day, every week, cue it up.
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes. I love gold.